Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to rent a server in Scum. If you guys are kind of newbies like me, I've never rented a server. I've always just jumped into games and, got at it. But, if you're like me, want to explore what it is to rent a server, what it's like to rent a server, what are the options you could set to make Scum a little more manageable for you. I explored this only because when I first played the game, I was just getting wrecked by zombies. I was getting wrecked by the mechs. I call them mechs, titans, whatever you want to call them, in the military bases. So I wasn't even really enjoying the game off the bat. So this kind of gives you just a little bit more control over your environment. And you can invite some friends. Even if you don't, you can maybe rent it for a month, maybe 2 months, kind of get used to the game, learn it, and see if you want to kind of move forward with it. So I just wanted to show you how that's done. When you load up the game for the first time, you want to click on multiplay, and then you'll see this rent a server option. At this point, you can go ahead. This is my IP here for the server that I've rented, but I'll show you how to rent the server and what the options show. First thing is you get in. It says $4 per slot. Doesn't mean much until you get to the next screen. You have the option of minimum 20 players, maximum 64, even though it does show you 1,000, but that must be for other games. Anyway, again, for newbies, pick your region. For me, west, east, didn't matter. I'm in the Midwest, so it didn't matter. As soon as I click order, then you'll have your options, your slider options. You're already in Scum, so I don't really know why you have the 1,000 option, but for me, being new at the game, I wanted to spend as little as possible, so I chose 20 players. For me, I went ahead and chose 90 days. So you're looking at about $60 for 3 months. If you're not into that, you can obviously minimize that. And depending on the buddies that play, maybe they contribute, whatever. It's up to you guys. So I did the 90. From there, you log in, register, and then it'll be directed to a website called Gportal. I'll show you kind of what that interface looks like. This is the website. So get in initially. I'll log in. Okay, so once you've logged in, if you've rented the server and paid for it, it should appear here. You'll be able to click into this, where you'll then have several options to tab through. Again, being a newbie at this, most of this is fairly new to me as well. Status, obviously, you could tell you that what your information is. You give this out to your friends. You can also password protect it, so you're not going to get other enemies coming in ambushing you while you're trying to practice at the game. Basic settings, this is kind of where I spent a little time. If you scroll down to here, these are the couple of options I set mine as. So max allowed zombies in world, obviously 30 is a manageable number. That way when you go into certain cities, they're not just hordes of them. Because as soon as you shoot your shotgun or another firearm, they just come from all directions. And because I turned my damage indicator off, they don't hurt me. But anyway, max allowed, I went to 20. You can put that any number you want. If you zero that out and zero the animals out, it basically is kind of pointless to play, because at least you want to be able to try your hand at, learning melee and other things with the zombies. Animals, you'll be able to kill things like chickens and donkeys and deer and rabbits and bear and other things. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, so these down here are spawn, group, expiration time. It says respawn items on the ground within minutes. You can multiply that out as many times as you want. These are the two that I really focused on, because while I'm trying to learn the game, I don't want to get shit on by those sentries, mechs, titans, whatever you want to call them, at the military bases. Because you'll spend hours just getting inside of those places to loot a few things, if you can even manage to get there. The zombies, obviously, I turned that to 0, so when they come around the corner, they're not going to hurt me. Hit save. You're golden. Configuration files, I don't really mess with anything here. The system itself, I went ahead and started I called it weekly restart, which I need to change the name, but it's actually a daily schedule. So 3 a.m. I just go ahead and restart, respawns the loot, kind of refreshes everything. And then you can choose to make a backup, which I haven't even bothered with. And then auto updates just for the server itself to make sure you've got the latest updates to it. So that's really all there's to it. So once you've got your server IP and password set, you can just enter that information here and then hit connect. And I, of course, have set a password, so it does prompt that for you here. And this is what you can give out to your friends. If it gets out of hand, too many people get access to it, you've got control of the server, so you can go into the server and just reset the password, give it out to the few friends you've given it to, and you'll be fine. Yeah, I hope this was helpful to you guys, because I did find it, it's one of those games that to me is pretty elaborate. I didn't spend a lot of time in DayZ, but I knew even then, finding your friends, spending hours looting and trying to, gear your guy up, and then whether it be a hacker or some other player comes along and ambushes you, you gotta start completely over before you get a chance to kind of figure out the mechanics of the game, especially the gunplay. I mean, this way it gives you, at least for me, it gave me opportunity to try out all the different guns without having to spend a tremendous amount of hours just locating one without getting shot. So it was well worth the couple of months that I chose to use it. And I've got 5 or 6 friends that come in and do the same. So once you feel comfortable with it, whether it's 3 days or 30 days, once you feel comfortable with it, you can either turn it back on and then play in your own server with friends, or open it up and remove the password. I mean, it's kind of your call at that point. You just, to me, it gives me a nice level of control that I didn't have, because I would log into servers that had large numbers of players, and I just didn't enjoy it. So hopefully this gives you that level of comfort. What's cool is after you're done, you just turn it off, go jump into other people's servers and have at it. That way you're a little bit more experienced with the gunplay, kind of hold your own, and have a little bit more enjoyable time. For me, I'd probably be happy with a loot simulator. I'm getting old. I can't hold a candle with these kids anymore. All right, hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Enjoy.